Right. It's not been long since we sunk that merchantman, and it is there's an enemy destroyer that's currently shadowing us. They spotted us. We were heading to intercept this guy here, which we somehow know about. Smoke, I'm guessing. But he's shadowing us. If we forward time a little bit, he's kind of closing in. So it's time to take her under and
Auf Seerohrtiefe gehen. Kleine Fahrt voraus.
hopefully he doesn't get too close or get any ideas. So I just wanted to give you a quick update that we now have a shadow for the moment. And I'll bring you back should anything else happen. There we go. Things are certainly popping off today around here. We got a merchantman right there. And we got another one somewhere that way. Probably right there. Although that might be a destroyer. There was a destroyer moving in this general direction. So let's go and see what this is. We're looking for something that has a big old stack with a very low bridge. No, that's not her. No, she's got a single mass structure. Yep, that's her. Alright, so first step. Range. She's at about 3. And the game's saying she's at 800. At 3. So it is 3. Her mass height is 8,700. Game spinning yard 2,000. Alright, she can do max speed. We're just gonna this way. 45-ish degrees. And then we need to speed her out. So that was 28 seconds. And she's a length of 22. So then flip it over. 8.5. And a little bit over. We could shoot right now, but well, I don't feel confident in this solution just yet.
Closing tube 2.
Electric torpedo.
Closing tube 1. Closing tube 2. Closing tube 1. Flooding tube 2.
Let's use tube 2. Go angle on bow. Here we go. Three and a half. Game is saying that she is half. This is saying over 3,100 or 2.5. Yeah, 3.5 almost. Or I'm gonna go with mine, which is just about 3,000. Yeah, it's looking like a potentially and one bow is, yeah, I say about a little bit more. And
Tube 2. Los. Closing tube 2.
let's see how this does. Can we get that out of the way? Looking good so far. About half a ship's length in front. We were fast on the speed setting, but everything else was, at least I think it was the speed setting that we were fast on, but everything else was pretty much set on. She's probably going to start zigzagging now. Except she isn't. No. Right, I counted 27 seconds. Seven. I'm gonna say that that's fast. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's fast. Drop the speed to 7 knots. And let's
Closing
use
tube
the
three.
tube 1 again.
Flooding tube 1.
Actually, no, let's use
Closing
tube
tube
3.
1. Flooding tube 1. Flooding tube 3. Closing tube 1.
New contact, warship, moving slow, moving away. Peilung 159, long range.
Tube 3. Los. Closing tube 3.
That one is looking fairly decent. Nope. Should have gone with that speed reading. But I'm going to shoot at her. There is another merchant right about here that we can go take pop shots at. You see it actually right there. So,
New contact, warship, moving fast, closing. Peilung 290, long range.
let's put the scope down. Select the 5th tube. And it's going that way, so we should be actually in position to.
New contact, merchant, moving slow, moving away. Peilung 324, medium range.
Torpedo missed, sir. Tube 2. Ready.
New contact, warship, moving slow, closing. Peilung 264, long range.
Lots of things going on right now, sound-wise. This guy's closing. Actually, we may need to move forward a little bit. Let's go up and take a look. There he is there. What color is that flag? Oh. Back it up.
Back full.
Sneaky.
Closing
Yes.
tube 5. Closing tube 2.
Rudder 0, degrees to starboard. Rudder 0.
We need to back up
Emergency.
very fast. Target dead ahead. You're basically bows on. I have no idea what speed it's going. Caught underfoot. That's close enough. It's control. Yeah, close. Really, really close. Hopefully he doesn't spot our, Anyway, this is actually a good chance to get an accurate, ish range.
stop. Slow speed ahead.
Go and get us
2,
moving ahead
3, ready.
forward a little bit. Just in order to slow us down.
Full speed ahead.
Come on, brake, 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 brake. I'll start it now. It's not going to be accurate a whole lot.
All stop.
This will be a miracle if this shot hits, because I may have the wrong target entirely. Although it looks... Actually, no. I'm gonna call her that. Oh, need to get her speed. It took us 43 seconds. And her length was 220. Five and a half. And she's basically 90 degrees.
Closing tube 1. Torpedo depth set to 4 meters. Flooding tube 2.
And shoot.
Tube 2. Close. Closing tube 2.
Hopefully we're far enough away that it actually arms. Yep. I mean, at this kind of range, it'd be embarrassing to miss, but it is a little bit hard. Should have hopefully armed. Oh man, we just barely hit the
Torpedo
bottom.
impact.
That was dead center. You just barely hit the bottom. Like, her keel is basically gone there. Yeah, and you can see a life raft there. Okay. So that's a trip down. Oh. Them is one of those armed merchant cruisers there.
Returning to course. Yes.
Half speed ahead.
Prepare for course change.
Yep, and that matches up. Another 4,000 tons.
Returning to course.
That one there.
Extreme speed ahead.
Let's put the scope down just a little bit. Or a little bit, I mean, not just a little bit. So far, this patrol is turning out fairly well. Let's just bring up the, I think it's in, no, it's not under escorts. Other it was in, that's the sampans, coastal boat, and fishing boats. It was on, yep, the armed merchant cruiser. So 12,000 tons if we can sink her. I'm gonna break it here just to prevent this getting from too big again, and I'll come back should when we're in position to attempt to attack that ship if we actually can get into position. It's really hopping around here right now, really is. Alright, we're just getting ready to attack this. So, centimeter. That. So, he is. I'm actually just gonna go with this because I don't know, I haven't actually looked it up, which, the align degrees and all that, which, zoom level that's for. That could be part of the reason why I was missing some of those shots. I was using the wrong zoom level. Anyway, we need to not use it at the moment. We need to get out a clock. Might as well do some preliminary stuff here. She's heading that way. That range, just set that in for now. He's not moving very fast at all. Like, she's barely moving. Yeah, she's moving really slow. We'll turn that off because it's a little bit easier to see that.
Switching to salvo shooting. Switching to salvo shooting. Closing tube 1. Closing tube 4.
Do a tiny little bit of spread. Actually, no, let's go single tube and we'll just switch to...
Shooting. Switching to single tube shooting. Flooding tube 2.
Oh, darn it.
Flooding tube 3.
And... start. I wouldn't move the, that's 1, 10, 5, 1, 10, 15, minute 21. Minute 21, and she is 50, 60. There, so she's moving basically 4 knots. That in about 80 degrees ish. No, not quite. I'd say actually 70. Using that because I'm still. I have to figure out. It'll be. And. Grab it. Actually said that right. Alright, so. Let's actually use the
Closing tube
weightless.
3. Flooding tube 1.
Draft is 9, so let's set it down to
Torpedo depth
7.5.
set to 7 meters. Tube 2. Fired. Closing tube 2. Tube 1. Fired. Closing tube 1.
Yeah, and that's looking fairly good. Alright, I may have been off on the angle of the bow. Okay.
Flooding tube 3. Flooding tube 4. Closing tube 3. Flooding tube 3.
And I will drop the speed a little bit. And let's just grab this range.
Closing tube 4. Flooding tube
3.
4.
So there.
3. Los. Closing tube 3.
Tube 4 there.
Fired. Closing tube 4. Torpedo missed, sir.
Nope. He was wrong. Or she
New
might have sped up.
contact. Warship moving slow. Closing. Pylon 8-6. Long range.
Oh, and looks like fun's here. Oh. Relative fun. So 1, 2, 1 torpedo in the front, 1 torpedo in the back. I say that it's a safe bet to
Plotting course. Plotting course.
start
Plotting course.
Heading for home.
Plotting course.
while making a stop kind of along here,
Plotting course. Plotting course.
just to see if we run into anything.
Plotting course. Plotting course. Plotting course. Plotting course. Plotting course.
Use our last 2 torpedoes on. But I'm gonna break it here. I know right when things are getting interesting. Let's actually
New depth 2 meters.
dive a little bit.
Minimum speed ahead.
Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely gonna have to do a little bit of reading up on the attack disc for the Wolves of Steel mod again, just to make sure I'm actually doing it right. Because that was actually, fairly good chance of getting a shot off, but may have had the speed wrong. Yeah, that is definitely an armed ship. Looks like a merchantman. Yeah, I'm gonna break it here and come back should anything interesting happen, such as this guy depth charging us for a good old bit.